I'm Gaming Fit Nation's Black Bob. I'm here with Harvard Bonin for StarHawk. And he's the lead producer on the game, so you know we got to get all the information we could get. The one thing that this game has added, the major thing, is the fact that it adds storyline. The first Warhawk game was going to have a story, but you guys said forget it. And I mean, it came out to be a great online game. But how do you feel like by adding this in now, it will affect the online play?
Oh, it does. It does affect the online play in that we only have so much time to focus on certain things. The nice thing is that we know how to do online. We've done it. We have embellished it. We've done a much better job this time around, I think, than what we did the first time around. And that enables us to, gives us a window to really focus on making a great solo campaign. I mean, we're not just doing bots. We're not doing a, half-ass solo effort, to give those players just to put on the. There is no way we're just going to put on the box, hey, we've got solo, and it sucks. Or it's just some kind of like bot kind of thrown in there or something like that. This is a full-on campaign with a hero, with a whole big storyline, weapons that you don't see in the multiplayer will probably be in the solo, and vice versa and stuff. So I think we're pretty happy with the progress right now. We just hit alpha on the solo campaign. For those of you who don't know, alpha is when the baby in the womb is together, but it's ugly.
I mean, I'm a pilot. That's how I do in Warhawk. That's me. Now, before I get to pilot talk, let me talk about ground. For you ground people out there, I'm going to be fair and give you the ground, even though I like the air. But, I mean, the one thing the first Warhawk I had that was cool, it had great ground weapons and everything. I mean, ultimately the air, you own the sky. If you own the sky, you own the game. That's what my belief is.
Right now in the beta, that is not true.
Really? So that's why I'm asking. So the ground game has changed?
And that's not what we're trying to do. I'm just saying that's not true. Right now, the beta has been, well, like I said, we just released a bunch of codes the other day. A lot of new players are getting in. The sky is the next level. So what's happening, and you see these guys, they're playing almost exclusively on the ground. As the skill the player gets increased, so will their capacity to be in the air a lot more. So it's not, we don't want, the air supremacy in Warhawk is a little bit overmatched. You shouldn't have to be in the air to be good at the game. That said, it's not quite important enough yet for us, and we're going to continue, and that's what a beta's for. I mean, this is a real beta. This is not a demo. It's not something that we just put out there a month before the game. I mean, this is something that is a test, and it's a favor. The players are doing us a favor by, we're getting a lot of work for free, man. And they're hopefully having a good time and enjoying it. But we're asking players to get out there and spend their time with us on something that could be broken, and probably is broken. But they're also getting their time on the feedback and stuff like that. And a lot of the feedback we have is, hey, man, I'd like to see the air be more important.
I mean, and that was the whole thing. Like, when I played StarHawk, the problem was, I'm used to hover mode. And I was it really threw me off when I'm flying through the air and I try to go to hover. I'm like, I turn to the mech. And I love the mech, don't get me wrong. I thought that was hot. But, for those people used to hover mode, I mean, there's nothing that could be done. I mean, or we just have to learn this new game.
You're hovering while you're walking, man. I mean, I was just kidding, really. I mean, the hover mode in Warhawk is pretty critical, and it's also one of the reasons why it's so air supremacy. And air supremacy doesn't have to be, Warhawk on Warhawk. In Warhawk, air supremacy meant a lot about, the base ravaging, to use a polite term. I mean, in a great Warhawk player could hover over a base and basically own it. And we are taking great pains to make sure that does not happen in this time. One of the more drastic solutions is having no hover. We've got other ones. In fact, we just made a update yesterday to deal with that sort of thing. And there are so many different ways that we have to turn the dials and discourage certain kinds of gameplay as we go forward.
Well, I thank you for this interview, and I'm telling you, I mean, I honestly feel like StarHawk is going to be amazing. I don't know, I'm used to Warhawk. StarHawk's going to be amazing. I call myself the best pilot ever in Warhawk. I hope to be the best pilot ever in StarHawk. If you can dispute that, then see me in StarHawk because I will be playing it, and you should be too. And I'll take you out. I'll take him out. I'll take everybody out.
Why you gotta be here, man? Jeez. Screw it.
He's Ivy.